trying to give men them the benefit of the doubt. Whoa, benefit of the doubt. Wow. Okay, why didn't you tell me? I mean, I go to Jola, but why didn't you tell me, Pella? The one was ringing, so there's a third phone. I was like, oh. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys have been good. Yeah, as you can see, today I've decided to do a story time, and from the title you already know where this is about to go. But yeah, I feel like, oh wait, don't forget, please comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, yeah, you know what, let's just get right into it, guys, because yeah. Anyways, so this all started in the club. Yeah, anyways, so I don't remember exactly which club it was, or if it was like pre's, or you know, it was already one of the fun times. But anyways, so oh yes, I remember it was already at the club. Anyways, so yeah, you know, my friends and I were obviously having fun down. So I decided, I was like, you know what, Mina, I'm best. Funa something is on getting. So yeah, so I went to the bar, and then, you know, like, I'm just waiting because there was actually a lot of people, so you know, that wait when they're trying to get the bartender's attention and everything. So as I'm waiting, hey man, I can feel something is just here staring at me. You know, like when you can feel someone is staring at you, like, yeah. So I turn. This guy, obviously, he's staring at me. Anyways, so I turn, and then now he turns. So I'm like, that's so childish. Like, why? Anyways, so then fine, I leave him, and then 2.5 seconds later, Mendem is here. He's here. So I'm like, okay, you know, what's up? And he's like, yeah, no, I saw you from across the bar. You know, what's your name? So ish, guys, I don't know about you, but I don't just go around telling people my name all the time, you know? So I was like, I know my name is Mang Mang, right? So I just gave him a fake name. And he's like, oh, okay, cool, you know, you're pretty, you know, I get to know you, And I was like, that's nice, but I'm fine, hey, like, I'm okay. He's like, please. And you know, at this point, like, he's begging, like, he's on time. Please. And I'm like, hey, man, hey. And then he's like, okay, let's do this. Let's make a deal. Can you give me your number, and then I'll leave you alone, like, for the rest of the night. I'm not gonna bother you and your friends or anything. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna give you my number, no. And he's like, okay, sharp, can I have your Insta at least? So I was like, Insta is easy, you know, if you want to block people, you can block them, they won't know, they won't see their post, they won't see yours. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? My real Insta account, because I was like, hey, next thing, you know. And literally at that time, he had the phone out already, like, he was ready, you know. So when he gets there, he's like, oh, but this isn't your name, it's your picture, but it's not your name. And I was like, oh, hi, you know, it's my other name, what, I just came with the story, you know. And he's like, okay, fine, you know, that's understandable, cool, shot. So yeah, anyways, the night continues. Then the next morning, he DMs me. I'm biased because I just think of I did. Men in the club, like, you know, come on, just wait. Then I'm high for like a couple of weeks, and like, he's all the time, you know. And every time I even post, like, you know, my stories, or I post a picture, you know, like he'll send it to me and be like, hey, you know, trying to get my attention basically. So I decided, okay, you know what, it doesn't matter, let me just talk to him and then, you know, chat. So you know what, I spoke to him and I wasn't expecting like us to have stuff in common, or you know, just for things to be like, I guess, easy, you know, like when you speak to someone and then the conversation, it's either like it's boring, or you know, people are just talking nonsense, you know. But shame, the convo wasn't bad. And then he was like, yeah, we've been speaking for a while, please can I take you out? So I was like, and he's like, you know, please, I just want to hang out with you, you know, in person. And I was like, alright, away, you know, like, what do you have in mind? And then he's like, maybe we can just, you know, go to lunch, and then we can go get high on the beach. That was the part that was like, oh, and I'm there. So sharp, the day came, we had lunch, we went to Camp Spain, we had lunch like in one of those restaurants there. Yeah, you know, the conversation there, sharp, it was fine. Like, guys, I'm just telling you the backstory so that everything later makes sense. Okay, so after that, then that's when we left. You know, we just we just walked down to the beach because all we had to do was just cross the road. We were like chickens. Okay, anyways, so yeah, so you know, we're there, we're getting high,
life is good,
you know. And that's when I was like, yeah, you know what, not a bad gent at all. The next time we linked up, he was like, hey, a couple of friends of mine are like having a young party, you know, we want to pull through, you know. So I was like, it's okay, you know, sharp, doesn't matter. So I get there, you know, everything, music, and it's vibes. So you know, that was like when I saw him like in a party setting. So I was like, okay, I mean, I've seen you in a club setting, I've seen you, you know, in a lunch setting, I've seen you now in a party setting, you know, with like people that you know and stuff. So here he was like more chilled, you know, like more relaxed and everything. So yeah, so even, you know, during this Nandi, getting to know each other, and then sharp, I go home, you know. Then the next time we link up, he's like, they were still at this apartment that they rented out. So he's like, you want to hang out with friends, you want to come over? So I was like, okay, because I don't. In fact, never mind. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I get there, and then it's literally like it's few people, but it's like his friends, you know. So it's like, I'm sure what, there's 6 of us, yeah. So so that's when I really like saw him like around people that he's very comfortable with. Like, yo, that's when he was so much fun, guys. It's also actually when I bonded with his friends as well, because what happened is that, like, yo guys, we were listening to music, then we ended up getting high, and we're just having like such deep conversations. And then afterwards we watched this, like, I don't even remember if it was a series or like some docu-series, but it was so interesting, guys. Like, we were all like so concentrated, but it was like a nice, you know, like it was a nice vibe, you know. It wasn't awkward, it wasn't this is too much or anything. So yeah, so I really had so much fun that day. So all this time, girl was like this, because I didn't notice that he had 2 phones. So now we're chilling as we're busy watching this thing. This phone, the other phone, it rings. So I don't know it, because I know it's not my phone, and I'm assuming it's one of theirs. So I'm like, guys, one of your phones is ringing. Like, come on, please. This thing is disturbing my high, please. Now they look at each other. They don't know. why is this person calling? They don't know. And I'm like, how? Guys, what do you mean? Then, let's give this guy the name. Let's give him a name. His name is Cairo. Yeah, my dog's name is Cairo, so he's right here, so that's why. Yeah, anyways, so now everyone's looking for Cairo. Like, somehow, somewhere, none of us noticed that he like slipped out, right? So now we're like, I'm looking for him because I'm like, how? Why did you just leave without telling anybody? His friends are looking for him because they know that now that's his phone that's ringing. Everyone then ends up mising because the phone now stops ringing. Sharp. So now we're chilling. He comes back and we're like, how? Where were you? And he's like,
no, I was answering a call.
So like, oh, okay, sharp. The friends, they said, oh, okay, sharp. But I was like, how? But both of your phones are here. The one wasn't ringing, but the other one was ringing. So there's a third phone. I was like, oh, what? Oh, what? Something is not right. But me being me, cool, Gugu, I just missed. And barely also, I'm getting down anyways. So sharp. So yeah, we get hungry and then, he's like, okay, let's order food. So now we're all picking. Pick, sharp, we order. Then he's like, okay, I'll go get the food. So we get a call, obviously. They're like, now we're downstairs. He goes downstairs. So mind you, he goes downstairs, leaving now both phones again. Again. Sharp. Now this phone rings again. Hi. Now with the friends, now they're mising, now I'm also mising. It stops. It rings again. Guys, I'm sure it rang 5 times. 5 times. In my mind, I'm like, who's calling you so much? That, like, already it was late. It was late already. And I was like, who's calling you so much? And then on top of that, you're mising. Like,
Why?
Anyways, so he comes back. We're eating, and I tell him like, oh yeah, your phone was ringing. Now it becomes dead silence. Did they expect me not to know? Did they expect me not to pick it up? Like, I don't know, but I was just quiet. And then he's like, oh, okay, thanks. What? Sharp. So, yeah, then that's the end of the night. After that, I was like, hey, this is too weird. I'm out. Cool.
I know, I'm just chilling with friends. If you can, can you bring some friends over?
So I was like, alright, I'll wait. Sharp, no problem. So I asked like 2 of my friends, to come. So sharp now we were chilling, everyone, getting to know each other, but still the vibes were with some of the people. So as the night goes, everyone's nandi, sapuza, like it's just vibes, right? So it rings again, and I'm like, okay, but this time I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna look. So as it's ringing, I look. Guys, I was shook. It was because first of all, it was late. These people are usually asleep. When I say these people, guys, it was like an elderly woman. Cairo. Okay, now that my dog has stopped barking, where was I? Oh yeah. So guys, it was an elderly woman, like a white elderly woman. So I was like, okay, maybe it's a mentor, or maybe it's your mom, like your stepmom, or maybe he was adopted, or maybe it's a teacher that really influenced him, or like, hey guys, I was coming up with things. So let's give this woman a name. Let's name this woman Sarah. Yeah, Sarah. I go over to him, I'm like, hey dog, Sarah just called. He looks at me, he's like,
What?
and he shook, and I'm like, dog, Sarah just called. Like, I feel like, you know, just call them back, you know?
And he's like, yeah, no, it's not important. I'll do it later. Well,
Sharp. This Sarah lady has been calling. Call her back. It's probably important. And
he's like, no, it's fine. It's okay.
Wow. So I was like, alright, sharp. Now this is the next time we're hanging out. Hey. So I'm chilling, you know, chilling on the couch. I don't remember what I was doing. His phone rings and then he goes and picks it up. Sharp. Guys, did I not hear his accent change? I was like, yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say his nationality, but like, he was one very distinct nationality, and you know, they have like a very distinct accent. I feel like, you know, just like many nationalities do. But this one that I was hearing, it was like some British accent, or what, but hey, it was just not what I'm used to. So I was like, okay. So he came back, I was like, were you on the phone? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, why?
And I was like, no, nothing. Guys, at this point, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how I would even bring it up. Like, what do I say?
Why did your accent change?
Anyways, sharp. So, we order food and he's like, okay, he's gonna go downstairs to get it. So, as he's gone, and I'm pretty sure that they started while he was still there, but as he's gone, messages, ding, ding, bing, bing, zoom, zoom, like left, right, and center, I'm messaging, ayangena guys, ayangena, like this. So I'm like, yo, umuntu is popular. So the self-control in me for like 2 minutes, it said, Googs, don't look. It's not your business. Ungabheki, baby girl, ungabheki. But no. After those 2 minutes, I was like, it's not like I'm gonna go through the phone. I'm just checking the locked screen. Like, barely, you know. Where am I? Guys, I saw messages from Sarah. Then there was another one. We'll call her Ellen. Then we'll call another one Naomi. What do we call it? I don't know. Chantal. So it's 4. So I was like, wow. Okay. Hey, well, at this point, thank goodness I'm not dating him. Thank goodness I'm not overstating or overthinking or over what my position in this gent's life, you know? So I was like, because clearly, you know, concentration is very much spread out. Sharp. So, guys, after seeing these names, I couldn't help it to honor. So now, I just pulled the screen and I was like, click. Hey, the things that I saw there. First of all, some of these women, like, you know how you can when you read something, you can kind of tell, okay, the age group of this person, or just based on the lingo. Like, you know, for example, like younger people, whatever, will use like more of, you know, the slang, you know, stuff like, you know, stuff that we know, stuff that we used to. But like, let's say older people or the older generation will like more or less, you know, stick to like a certain way of speaking. I don't want to say speaking in full, because I speak in full and I prefer speaking in full, so not that, but like the stuff, like the actual content, you know. So like, let's say other people, like older people, maybe just ask about general things, or maybe, you know, like stuff like, oh, how's the weather there, like, you know, or, you know, stuff like that. So I can't think of other examples right now, but stuff like that. So how okay, why didn't you tell me? I mean, I go to Jola, but why didn't you tell me, Pella? Guys, one of the times that like, you know, we were just hanging out or whatever, he asked me very, very casually, Jay, very casually. He's like,
what bank do you bank with?
so I'm like, oh, how? Why?
And he's like, no, I'm just asking.
So sharp, I tell him. Then he's like what?
What's your limit? Like, what's your daily limit?
I'm like, well, it's actually not that high. Like, you know, I don't need that much money anyway. So I was like, nah, it's just 5K. Like, what? And he's like, oh, okay.
Can you increase it?
And I was like, increase it for what? And he's like, no.
Like, let's just say, if you want, can you just increase it? Like, do you have to explain to them? Do you have to give them, you know, any reasons or anything?
And I'm like, no.
Why?
And he's like,
no, like, I'm just asking. So, like, let's say if I was to send you like 400K, would you be able to, like, you know, take it out all at once?
my mind, I'm like, 400K. What is it? In rands? Is it in dollars? Is it in pounds? What is it again? Like, guys, at this point, I'm like, imagine that amount of money in my bank account. But I was like, no. Because already I'm thinking, no. So I tell him, I'm like, as exciting as that sounds, no. First of all, my bank is gonna be now calling me, asking me, hey, what's going on with this amount? Because fairly it's suspicious. I'm not working, so I don't earn like monthly. So manje, all of a sudden this big lump sum. I didn't win the lottery. Like, it's just too much. So I was like, no, I don't think that would be great, hey? And he's like,
no, I'm just asking, you know, like, hypothetically, I had to send you that much. Would you be able to take it all at once? And I told him, I was like,
no, I will not be able to take it out all at once. No, I'm not going to even allow you to send it to me because I don't want to be involved in like whatever's going on. Because you didn't tell me you won the lottery. I don't know where this money's coming from. You know, like, for all I know, it's dirty money that now they're trying to pin on me and launder through me. Like, hey guys, I watch a lot of movies and series, so all of these theories and everything, yeah, they're just coming from that. So I was like, like, no, can't do. Sharp. Yeah, so then he's like, okay,
no problem, I get it.
Nah, sharp. So home, yeah, it was holidays, so I went home, and then he was like,
I have a business proposal for you. Nah.
Can we just meet? And I was like, ish, yeah, sounds like fun, but I have to go home, you know, like I'm at home. Actually, I said I'm at home. Was I at home? I was probably at home. And then he's like, oh, okay,
when are you getting back?
hey, Nami, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm still trying to figure that out. Cool. So yeah, now fast forward, I'm back, and then he's like, okay, let's meet up. Because I hit him up and I'm like, okay, I'm back in the city, you know. And he's like, okay, let's meet up. So we met. Sharp. So I'm like, okay, what's the proposal? Then he's like, oh, okay, so basically
I need you to do something for me.
So I was like, okay, and what's that? And he's like, I need you to DM this person saying that you're my friend and that I'm not avoiding them. It's just that your phone was stolen and you suspect that someone hacked into your account because you've been locked out of your accounts. Like, all the passwords and stuff have been changed and everything. So if, let's say, she's receiving funny messages, whatever, it's not him. That's what he's asking me to do. So I was like, oh, okay. So did your phone actually get stolen? And he's like,
That's besides the point.
then he's like, yeah, and then also you must say, with the money
That she sent me, that was supposed to be for the business. I ended up using it to pay for my sister's treatment. Because she's sick and everything. So can she please send more?
So I was like, in my mind, I'm like, wait, so is this the business proposal? Is this how I'm supposed to be making money? How we are supposed to be making money? So I was like, whoa. First of all, I told him, I was like, first of all, you're mad. Wahafa. Like, Wahafa, did you honestly think that I would help you to scam someone? Like really? In your right mind, did you honestly think I would help you scam someone? And he's like, no.
No, I'm not scamming them. No, it's not like that.
And I'm like, okay, so if it's not like that, why can you not speak to this person yourself and ask them for more money? Number two, why are you lying about your sister? Why are you putting her in that situation? Because, guys, he told me about his sister. His sister, Agakuli, guys. She is healthy. Yeah. So, then, on top of that, you want me to now pretend as if, hey, I'm doing a courtesy or a favor. I don't know this person. And I'm not your friend like that now. I'm going to be asking other people for money on your behalf. Oh, what? Fuck out of here. And then, on top of that, you just have the audacity. To ask me to do all of this. All in the name of getting money. I was like, nah. Like, if this is how you get your money, I'm gone. Like, if this is how you get money and then you're wasteful of, guys, he was so wasteful. Him and his friends are just wasteful sometimes. Like, it's bad. Like you get money and then you're this wasteful and then you're gonna ask for more money and then continue to do wasteful things. And this is how you get the money. You get the money by scamming this old woman. And I was like, no, she does not deserve this. She's out here thinking, Ubuti, she's in love with you. Where now you're in love with her. You guys are gonna be together. Like, why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to this poor woman? And I was like, at this point, guys, all I'm just thinking of right now, I'm watching 90 Days. So all I'm just thinking of, I'm like, thinking of the situations going on there, with how, I even forgot her name, but how she's, been talking to someone and Manji just disappeared off the face of the earth and what. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wow, I lived through a 90-day situation. I'm joking, but yeah, no, that's what I was just thinking. And then I was like, yeah, God, your children really go through it. So I told him, I was like, hey, dude, you know what, this is fucked up. I don't want to be a part of it. Like, you can miss me. If this is how you thought, and like, okay, guys, let me put this out there. I like money. I like making money. I like having money. Like, that feeling of when you're able to just do what you want and do it whenever, however, because you have money. Yeah. So I like money. Like, I have like having my own money in that sense. But now, to be making money like that, scamming people, scamming old women, you can miss me with that donkey. So I told him like, hey guys, I was going off. I was like, hey, I'm gonna call the cops. Like, hey, I'm just going in. And he's like, with what?
Yeah, you're gonna call the cops and tell them what? What are you gonna tell them? That I just told you this? I don't just say I'm joking. No. I'm like,
Ha 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 ha. I've got proof. Yo, his face, guys, it just went. I'm like, yeah, I've got proof that you're talking to these people. You're talking to these women. You're promising them the world, and you're still doing this. And he's like, ah,
it's fine. South African police, they don't care.
and I was like, well, you're probably not wrong. So yeah, you know what, I was just like, from then on I was like, you know what, leave me alone, don't message me, don't call me, I'm gonna block you. Like, I was just finished. Guys, that day I was fuming. I was so upset, so upset because of just everything that's happening, like that he's doing this to these women, and on top of that he wants me to help him. Like, guys, it had been like weeks, probably not even like 2 months. 2 months since we spoke, and even during those 2 months, like, he was, you know, like still trying to like, he'd call me with private numbers, or he'd email me because I blocked him like on all socials and stuff.
It's like, no, I'm sorry, like, please can we be friends? Like, I promise I'll stop. Like, I won't ask you to, you know, help me. Like, you know, it's fine if you don't want to make money with me.
Like, so I was like, what? Anyway, so I still continued mising. Then, so now, you know, it came around, now it's holidays, so I came back home. So I think after, you know, those months, I just like forgot, you know, like I forgot. So I get a call from this number I don't know, and I think this is why till this day I don't like answering numbers I don't know. So I answer, hey, nangu muntu busy staring at me, you.
That's the only way you.
I thought you of all people would understand, like, you're real, and you know, I thought you're getting to know the real me, and
in my mind I'm like, what? So I you know, Nami, at this point I'm fed up. I'm like, okay, first of all, you're not gonna come calling me, then you're gonna be swearing at me. Me, I'm not your mother. Go do that somewhere else. And I'm like, second of all, if this is what you think making money is, I told you, yes, I like money, but I'm not gonna make money. On top of that, you're exploiting this woman. Come on. And he's like,
no, I've stopped. Now I'm gonna be something else. I'll do something else. You know, we can trade. We can go on Forex. We can Bitcoin.
I was like, I don't care. I don't want you in my life. I don't want to make money with you. I don't care. I even told him, I was like, I can't even be friends with someone who's been dishonest about who they are. Like, guys, for all I know, Cairo wasn't even his name. Like, all the stuff that he told me, like, how can I know? And that's the thing of, if you're doing this and you've been doing it for however long, why are you gonna stop now? Especially if it's been working for you. You're gonna stop all because of me? Like, guys, come on. And I told him, I was like, and you are not gonna call this number again. We are both going to move on, because I cannot do this. I cannot. Sharp, I end the call. Guys, Mangiti, 10 minutes later, notification yangena. Smang has just deposited however much of money into your account. I didn't know the reference. So I'm like, who is this? But I was like, I mean, you're sending money to me, clearly you know me. And you must love me. So I'm trying to think. And I'm like, this nigga. But you know what? I missed. I didn't call him, I didn't message him, nothing. 2 weeks later, same number calls. But me, obviously, I didn't save it and I didn't recognize it either. I pick up. He's like,
Oh, so you're not gonna say anything?
say anything for what? Say anything for who? What are you talking about? And he's like,
Oh, so you didn't get the notification? You didn't see the money?
I'm like, oh, you're the one that sent the money. Oh, okay, nice. I ended the call. He calls me again. I'm like, what is it? What do you want? And he's like,
Okay, fine. So you're not gonna say thank you for the money?
I'm like, did I ask you to send me the money? No. You sent the money because of what? I don't know. But it's a gift. You give it to me. And he's like,
No, this is just supposed to entice you, to show you like this amount you could be making, you know, like every week. Like really just think about it. Like things don't have to be this way.
he's just going on and on and on. I'm like, it's fine. Make your money. Make it every week when do it, babes, do it. But me, man, leave me out of it. And he's like,
Like, no, please, like, I feel like, you know, this would be really cool to do with you.
Mark, but I don't want to do it with you. So leave me alone.
And he's like, okay, it's fine, I understand. So then can you do me a favor? Can you send me the money back? I mean, if you're not gonna, once you do this business venture with me, might as well send the money back.
I was like, send the money back. And I know, you know, consciously and morally, like it was a thing of I know where that money came from. So that's why it made it like so hard to just do anything with it, or like, you know, and I didn't want to give him that satisfaction of sending it back to him. Because in my mind I was like, it's gonna waste it. Or, you know, thinking back to it, maybe I should have sent it to him. But nah, I don't regret it. Shame. I don't regret it. Nope. Not one bit. So yeah, guys. That's how Mandem, aka Cairo, aka we don't want to say his name, basically tried to help me to scam someone. To scam these poor women. Yeah. I'm actually like very upset that I had to go through this or have this experience, but then again it's like, yo, if I didn't have this experience, would I know how to catch them out now? Would I know? I'm joking, but like yeah, I guess in a way it's like I learned something, so I think I'm grateful for that, because but yeah. Yeah, interesting times. I actually realized I'm not looking at the camera. There we go. But yeah, so if you enjoyed that story time, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also comment, you know, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. Please subscribe. Anyways, bye, God. See you in the next video.